Cassie.
Tashi.
Cassie. Oh my god. Okay, you can tell one of us is a singer and one of us is the supporting act in Wicked.
Oh my gosh, love Wicked.
What was our favourite song that we did that in the Korean karaoke from Wicked?
Oh, Defying Gravity.
Yeah, okay, so there is the funniest...
I wish we filmed
We
that.
didn't film it!
Oh my god.
So she goes off singing this song. And I'm doing the supporting stuff. I don't know how to do it. I've got me in the background going, are you happy? Are you happy now?
You know, it's Glinda. She's like, I hope you're happy. And Tasha's like, I hope you're happy now.
I was being
like,
so
alright.
good. I was like, I hope you're happy now. And I'm like, I don't think that's right.
I'm like, okay, freestyle, let's go. It was so good.
That was great.
Meanwhile, we just look cooked as well because they come out of surgery.
Jess came out of Nana. We're like, let's go do
Let's
some
go
karaoke. And they're like, girls, you need a rest. We're like, no.
30,000 steps a day.
That's not even a lie. I wish it were a lie.
That was
we
really,
really effed up our recovery. We're really stupid. That was bad.
Oh, that was bad. But we're here now.
It's well, I mean, look at us. Thanksgiving, fat grafting's going well.
Right.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you have to go and look at our other video, which is the truth about plastic surgery in Korea. Yeah, so good.
We say a lot of tea on surgery, so if you're interested in that,
Yeah.
go check it out.
You fully see my face as well.
Yeah.
We've had so many girls book in as well and just ask for the discount. So you get a discount when you mention our name.
Cheeky 5%.
Yes. Did we do the welcome?
Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh, welcome back to Girls to Women.
That my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, then she twerking. She throw it out and come back in. That's my best friend.
We're just risen today.
I know, I love it.
Well, this is a little bit of a different one because we are answering so many viral questions that have been sent in by the girlies, things that are trending, things that people want to know. I feel like World War III, there is going to be there is going to be more people questioning, how do I live more life? How do I leave my job? How can I make a bit more money online?
Leave the matrix.
Yeah, right? Because
100% people are waking up.
well, people are seeing missiles flown in air. They didn't think they'd ever see that in their lifetime.
Yeah.
It's now being a normal thing to be like, oh my goodness, like I could be bombed.
Yeah.
Something could erupt any day. Like, what am I doing with my life?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So the viral question that we're answering today is, how do I make money online as a girl?
As a girly.
Yeah, I feel like it was important to say as a girly there because...
As a guy, I think you got a lot more options as a guy in all
Yeah.
honesty, because you can hustle, you can
I was
work.
going to say, they have the capacity
Yeah.
to hustle. I
Literally.
don't.
That's why a lot of billionaires are men.
I told you, I was doing my calculations the other day. I was like, oh, how much am I working? Because I've shifted from sales to just like more passive income.
Baby, and coaching.
Yeah, so I can focus on coaching and now writing and things like that. And speaking, right? So I'm like, okay, I need to supplement my income somehow. So like, let's put my wisdom into digital products, things like that. And I was calculating, I'm like, okay, how much am I kind of like roughly bringing in and how much am I working? And I was like, oh, I'm working about like 11 to 15 hours a week. And my first thought was like, oh, that's too much. Old me, listening to that would have been like, girl, you did it.
Yeah.
You made it. I used to work 40 hours a week in a 9 to 5.
Me too.
Not for long, but like I
Yeah.
did.
I'm like 6 months.
Right.
Yeah, but that's insane, right? Like to actually comfortably earn like what most people never earn in 11 to 15 hours a week is crazy. Because we were talking about this the other day. We have cycles.
We do.
We are
Period
emotional
cycles.
beings. We are cyclical beings.
Yeah.
We're not men. We are not made to hustle.
No.
So we need to embrace that.
Yeah.
Especially with, you know, this new era of online work. There are so many amazing avenues and opportunities for women as well. Not just like OnlyFans taking clothes off. There's a lot.
That's kind of why I said at the end for girlies, because I
Yeah.
really wanted you to come in and be like, we're not saying yes to OF.
Yeah.
Like, there are different ways that we can do this.
Of course, yeah. And if that's your thing, like whatever.
Right, if that's a thing, but obviously go watch our other videos where we talk about the hidden consequences of OF, because we have plenty of that.
Yes.
But I want to hit you with the first, like, round here. For some of our newbie subscribers or people who are just stumbling upon this for the first time, what do you do?
I am a remote closer, so I'm in sales. So the easiest way, like, we can explain this is think of someone that you love, right?
So I'm going to give you Tony Robbins. I love Tony Robbins.
So think of Tony Robbins, right? Like, he's obviously amazing. He has so much wisdom. He's an amazing speaker. So he'll have so much to sell, right? But like, he's obviously not going to go get on the phone to millions of people and try and sell them his stuff. He doesn't need to. He doesn't have the time to. And quite frankly, why would he? So he hires a team of people to do that for him. We would be that team, right? Well, not you anymore, but me now. So that's what I do. So you get to do things that you love as well. Like, you don't just have to sell boring life insurance. If you want to, whatever. But like, I was like, no, I want to be authentic to whatever I'm selling. So I will only ever sell things that I truly align with. And that's the beauty of the job. It's like, we get to love what we do as well. We get to talk about, me personally, I talk about love and relationships all day, every day, which I love. But yeah, sales, and Tash is the expert. She's been in the industry a lot longer than I have.
Quite a while now.
I've only been in the industry for a year.
But what we say about high ticket closing is that 1 year of high ticket closing sales experience is equivalent to 5 years of sales office experience.
And that salary definitely says that.
And exactly, but the challenges that you face, the way that you have to connect to people, the way you have to pivot, the packages that you're selling, you try and get a one call close in 20 to 40 minutes. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Right? We're not talking about a long deal pipeline here. We're not talking about a 2 to a 4 month close. We're talking about one call to 2 call maximum.
Yeah.
Actually, I have an idea.
Oh, okay.
So there's probably still going to be some girlies that are like, I don't really get it. Let's do a role play. Are you open to that? You being what you sell on now, and just me being a little client that would be talking to you normally, that I'll play on with.
Okay.
Not a full call, just a quick one.
Yeah.
So let's just imagine I am Cassie's client. My name is Fred.
Are you going to be a guy?
Yeah, I'm going to be the guy.
Okay.
My name's Fred. I'm looking for a wife. I want Cassie's dating services. What do you do?
So
you explain.
So it's matchmaking. I'm like, do I want to give a blush? No, whatever. So it's matchmaking. So basically, guys and girls come to us because they're busy professionals and they just don't have time to like find these types of quality or people today, right? And they're burnt out from the dating apps or whatever their situation is. Maybe they've come out of a marriage or divorce, and they just don't have the time to sift through or filter out the people and waste their time going on terrible dates, right? So they need a matchmaker.
Let's call it hush services.
Yeah, so like hush matchmaking services. And you're basically trying to put them with their best match in terms of like alignment, values, personality traits, all that good stuff.
Okay, so we're going to imagine, normally this takes place on a Zoom video call, right? So Cassie is the hush matchmaking director, and I'm the client who's looking for these services, right? I already popped down a little bit of a deposit with someone who's called me before just to see if I was a viable client. She said hello, she's kind of walked through the niceties and blah, blah, blah. Let's just kind of take it from a little bit of the pitch to the end, where you pitch the services to me and give me the price, and then we'll show them that I'll close with you. So I want you to actually show them that this is our job, this is how we do it.
It's the pitch, as in like...
Yeah, like the end of the call. Just go from like the end of the call. So you're being like, okay, I know what you're looking for, blah, blah, blah.
Do I pitch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pitch me. Pitch me, baby! Girls, this is what we do for work.
All right. Okay, Fred, well, I'm really excited to walk you through this now. So typically, whenever I bring on a new client, I assign him a team, okay? So it's not just going to be you, it's going to be a whole team that are there to hold your hand and take you through the whole process, okay?
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. So I know you said you don't have time, right?
Yeah.
Which is very normal.
Very busy.
All the people that we work with, they don't have time either, right? So the first thing we want to do, since we're going to be representing you, is get to know the real you, the authentic you.
Okay.
Who is Fred, you know? You mentioned all these amazing qualities that you had before. Speak to me about that, you know, all the philanthropic work that you've been doing. Women, especially high value women, they love to hear about that, right? You mentioned that you've been feeling that you can't be as masculine. Talk to us about that. You know, your career, you've done a lot for yourself, right? We want to know how you got there, how you're so established, your past family life, all of that good stuff, all the things that make you you, okay? So that's going to be the first step. But of course, right, why would we do all that if we don't know what you're looking for? So the second part is always building out, I don't want to say dream girl, but essentially it is, right?
Great, that sounds great.
So it's a frame of reference where we're going to base our search around, okay? So this is really where we can, you know, really draw the line on different things, okay? So, of course, you're a man after all, so you want to be attracted to them. So all of the amazing physical qualities that we went through.
Can I have you?
You can have me as a reference, yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, petite, right? So, like, what's the absolute minimum and maximum, you know?
Okay.
If the minimum is 5'7", but we find a unicorn, we're not going to, like, not send her to you, right? So if she's 5'6", like, is that okay? Yeah? And in terms of an age and everything, and then when it comes to the values, this is, like, the main thing, right? So, for example, I know you mentioned that you really don't want someone with kids, okay? So this is for us to know, if we talk to someone and they suddenly mention that they have kids, but they didn't let us know prior to that, we will probably not send them to you, right? Because that's not going to be in line with what you're looking for. So as much as this is fun, you're getting to, you know, build out your dream girl, this is always, you know, the deal breakers as well. So these are really, really important. Is all that making sense so far?
Yeah, this actually sounds exactly like what I'm looking for.
Yeah, why'd you say that?
Well, I mean, like you stated already, I don't have the time. I'm a very busy man, and if you can find a woman who aligns with my values and looks-wise especially,
Yeah.
I'm all ears, because I have tried to do this myself on Finder and Pinch, and it just doesn't. Look, I've just had no success, and I don't want to get to 40, which is next year, and still be single.
Yeah, absolutely. And just the fact that you're the type of person that takes action on that is a real test to, like, who you are as well.
Thank you, Cassie.
You won't, like, literally, I speak to so many men in the same situation, and they knew that they didn't like the apps, they knew something that they were doing wasn't working, but they kept doing it, right? And then years would pass, sometimes 5-10 years. You know, they were in that exact same situation, wishing they moved sooner. So the fact that you're already thinking about the fact that you're 40 shows that, you know, you're willing to do the work. And then you're a man who takes action. So on top of finding you someone who, you know, looks great and has all these qualities that you're looking for, the thing that kind of differentiates us from other types of services is that we don't just send you anyone, right? We could do our initial filtration and we could find lots of girls that are going to suit you, right? But we need to have the in-depth conversations with them. And this is going to essentially qualify and disqualify people on your behalf. Also, we don't want to, you know, sell anyone a pipe dream. And we get it, right? Like, we want to make sure that they want to go on a date with you as well, okay? So that you're not going to be, like, hurt down the line. So we have in-depth conversations. We like, you know, a friend referring a friend. We're like your wing woman. I know you mentioned that that's something that you've liked in the past, so it's going to feel organic to you. So when we're talking about you, we highlight your best qualities, and then as soon as we get a green light on their end that they want to date you, that is when we basically ask them a line of questioning in terms of what you're looking for. Okay. So this is when the big things will come up. The kids, the timelines. Do they want to get married? You know, how do they feel about politics? I know you mentioned you swing more conservative, so if they're an extreme liberal, talk about that.
Yeah,
of course. So essentially it's just making sure that we're in alignment, okay? Once we feel like we've filtered that down to people that aren't going to waste your time and aren't going to drain you, as you mentioned in the past, that is when we will actually send them to you.
Sweet.
Right? So these will be your options, and it will be a full write-up on each one with why they're going to be a good match. Pictures, if you're a visual person, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, a bio about them as well.
Okay.
Now, you don't obviously have to say yes to everyone. I'm not holding a gun to your head, but anyone you do say yes to, then we will organize everything, right? And I know you mentioned that that's been another stress of yours, you know, having to do the crazy back and forth talking, and then not even knowing if they're going to turn up or not, right? So this is the part that we handle. Just think of us as your own dating PA. So we'll figure out the time, place, location. We'll put you in contact. You can either message them first, or you can just be surprised, turn up. Be yourself, be authentic. I know we were talking about, like, chemistry before, right? This is the part where you get to see if there's chemistry.
Okay.
Because without compatibility in chemistry, we already know that's not going to be long-term success. That's just going to be short-term.
Okay, look, Cassie, I'm in. Like,
Yeah?
how much is this?
Okay, so with what you're looking for, I know you mentioned that 6 months is going to be what you want, right? Because you want to really have that option to hold and everything.
Yeah.
So the total investment for that is $15K.
Okay. The girl that I spoke to previously, she said a few numbers to me. I think one was higher and one was lower as well.
Yeah, so we've got 3, 6, and 12.
Okay.
So 10 to 25K.
You don't think I need the year though? Do you think I could be fine in the 6?
Yeah, I don't think you need a year. I think 6 months is good for you.
Sorry, how much was that?
15K.
15K. Do I get a discount if I pay that in full?
So, no, there's no discount.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Well, I was just thinking I can pay it in full,
Okay.
but maybe there would be like a slight incentive. Okay, so I'll just pay it in full then. Okay, do you take Amex? This is literally, she would just be like,
That's what I do.
literally. And so me, as Fred, I'm going to give her my Amex, or she would just be like, do you want to run the card that we have on file?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, literally.
I'd say, okay, run the card then.
Okay, Fred.
Okay, Fred, why do you ask? So, girls, like, 10 out of 10 though, right? You can see she's done this before. That's what she does for a living.
That's so funny. So I'm just like really nonchalant with the guys. So if they're like, can I have a discount? I'm like,
I know, I was like, is she going to answer?
I'm like, no, bro.
But that's what we do for a living. So
Yeah.
Cassie is in the relationship niche. I started off in health and wellness, then I went into like self-development, making money online, career changing, different things. Like you can sell anything. Like apparently high ticket peptide coaching is now a thing.
Do you know what? Like that would be a great space because peptides are all the rage.
It's all the rage. So why we showed you this is to actually show you that you don't have to have some crazy degree from any university.
No.
You didn't go to university, right?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
I didn't study this at university.
No.
We don't need this.
No.
What you need though is you need to find something that sparks your interest, like relationships, and put yourself forward. Get some confidence. Obviously, yes, Cassie's had training as well, and she's a gun. So we'll pop where like the place that I do head coaching, which is She Sells with Brooke. We'll pop that below. We train women, but there are so many ways that you can make money online. This is just one avenue that we've done, and if you be consistent with sales, you can make so much money.
And there's no limit. That's the great part about
There
it.
is
Like
no
there
limit.
isn't a lot. Even though you do have like a on target type of earnings, right? But like that's always like the average.
Yeah.
You can always go above it, you
Yeah.
know? You can always upskill, learn more. That's the thing, right? You could be doing like a really good month and it's like you could still be better.
Yeah, and you can go into any kind of sales as well. This is just high ticket sales.
Oh, there's so much different types
There are
of
so
sales.
many different sales. We can do solar sales, just business to business sales. You can do real estate sales. You
Yeah.
can do contract sales for sports.
Yeah.
You can do anything. And I think some people get really caught up on like, oh, I only need to be a high ticket closer.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Or the one call closes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is not true at all.
No.
Sales is a massive industry, and you can do it remotely. And there are so many remote sales jobs.
So many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the way that we recommend. But I guess I'll just kind of like list off a few other things that I've done. Like I've done freelance content creation as well.
Oh, yeah. UGC.
Yeah.
UGC is amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
You've done influencing.
yeah. I would say like if you love the camera and if you're confident or you want to work on your confidence as well, definitely go into content creation, influencing, and then if you're more someone who is a little more on the camera shy side, or you just like really creative, UGC is probably better.
Yeah.
But like either one of those, as long as you're committed and you're dedicated,
Yes.
and you show up every day, then it will work.
That's the thing, right?
Every day.
Consistency with social media is the biggest thing.
Consistency is everything.
Yeah.
Because if you're waiting to go viral, you're not going to do it if you're having days off. So like, when I tried to get back into Instagram, I struggled with it as well. I was like, oh no, like it's not my passion anymore to want to post on Instagram. So I know that's not where my passion lies.
Yeah.
Whereas before, when I started my TikTok years ago, I loved it, right? And so I think it took me 4 weeks to gain 25,000
crazy
followers, and it's because I did like 3 TikToks a day every single day for 4 weeks.
And you also loved it, so you're showing off with a different energy. You're like, I love being here. Like this is fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was like what I was into at that time. But now, if I tried to do it,
Well, now, but to be fair, like, and I'll say this bluntly, you have a grown ass mature skill set, which is sales.
Yeah, exactly.
That's paying you.
Yeah, it's not
You
really
know?
like little. I used to do little skits about like people in Sydney and like people with girls and just like girls in relationships, like fun skits. It's just not really me anymore.
No, like, and sales can take you so far as well. Like, Cassie is about to be onboarded with someone really big, and I'll leave it there.
So
But
excited about this.
they are a very big name in this industry, in this space that she occupies, and so I'm like so excited to see where that takes
I
you.
know, same niche too.
Yeah.
Relationships.
Yes.
This is clearly my niche. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, right? Girls to women. Like,
Yeah,
it all
hello.
just, I know, it all intertwines. Coaching as well, if you have expertise in something, and I really don't say that word lightly, girls, please.
Everyone thinks they are a coach though, right?
Uh,
Like even people have said to me like, why don't you start? Can't talk. Why don't, I'm like Eminem over here. Like, why don't you start your own offer? And I'm like, yeah, I have the following, but like, in all honesty, like, there's nothing that I feel like I would want to sell. So why would I make an offer up and just try and scam people?
Well, you wouldn't scam people because you'd actually put time and dedication into it. But I only think people should offer something if they really do have an expertise and love it, though.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta love it as well.
Yeah.
Because your teachings and your coachings will go through. You need to offer value.
Yeah.
I've seen so many guys, especially in like the drop shipping space. Yeah, they made like 120K a month, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm the best. I'm a multi-million. Let me go lease this Lamborghini in Dubai real quick to a photo shoot. No. Say I'm living the life, and then scam people."
Or the traders, right? Like they might have like 1 month of trading, and suddenly they're teaching. There's be like 15-year-olds trying to teach them to trade.
Right? No. So we're talking about like long-term stuff here. Like, there are so many ways to make money, and then learn how to hold money, learn how to invest money as well. I'm not talking about trading.
Yes. Do you have any like good books you could recommend for people who want to invest?
To invest.
Yeah. Or just wealth books.
Well, the wealth. Yeah. So my favorite one is "I Will Teach You to Be Rich."
Ooh.
Ramit Sethi. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Sethi. I love that book because he's like, F being the traditional wealthy.
Yeah.
I want you to figure out what rich means to you.
Yeah, because rich isn't just money.
No. So for us, rich is flying business class or first class. To other people, they don't want to spend money on that. And that's fair enough.
That's true.
They might love motorcycles.
That's not rich to us.
No, that's not rich to us. We don't get it. But that's the whole point of this book, is that you don't have to get it, but you have to understand how to make money work for you to make your rich life come true. And I love that.
That's so true.
Yeah. So I love that.
Yeah. And then what was the other one? I think, was it Think and Grow Rich?
Think and Grow. That's Napoleon Hill. That's such a classic book. Like, if you want to start anywhere, start with him, because that's just the foundation. Pretty sure in that book he's got I think 3 key rules. The first one is so simple that most people just don't do. Yeah. Which is, whatever paycheck you get, you must put 10% away into savings. Mm-hmm. Just whatever. Even if you only earn like $1,000 a month, put $100 away.
When you say savings, do you mean like liquid or?
Yeah, actual savings, cash, because a lot of people just don't even have a safety net. Right? Yeah. So that's your first thing to understand about money, to get a safety net. Mm-hmm. I had someone slide into my DMs the other day because we're running a health and wealth challenge in She Sells right now. And she was like, okay, for the wealth stuff, you want us to like watch podcasts, start investment accounts, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I don't have any money. I was like, you don't? Nothing? You don't have any savings? Not even $100? She goes, oh, well, I do. And I said, great. So take a small portion of what you have and put that into an investment account. I said, even if it's just $10. Yeah. Okay, you're going to prove to the universe that even with the small amount that you do have, you're willing to grow that. And she was like, okay, so that's fine. I said, of course. We don't all have $100,000 just sitting there for cash. Yeah. Start with what you have.
Exactly. It's just like a percentage of what you have. Like, I think that's a good one. So like 10% into like a liquid savings account.
Just a safety net.
And then maybe like 20% into investment.
Exactly.
That's 30%. You've still got 70% of your income that you can do whatever with.
Well, no, because you've got to think that most people, out of 100%, they're paying 30 to 40% in tax.
We should do it with you.
Yeah. You're like, oh. But then also you've got your housing should never be more than 30% of that. So he explains all of this in the book, which I love. So girls, go get that. Figure out how to make money work for you, and then figure out what avenue you want to start to go on when it comes to making money online, because
that's important.
This is the number one skill, is learning how to get out of your job.
Yeah. And whether that is like the sales skill, think about what qualities you have. So you're a good communicator naturally, right? Do you like talking? Mm-hmm. And then sales probably would be for you. But if you're someone that's more analytical, then maybe look at trading, right? Because maybe you'll love trading.
Maybe you can make spreadsheets and sell them to businesses and coaches.
Exactly. Like something niche like that. Or like if you love design, then you can go into that. Or you can go into YouTube editing, YouTube automation if you love stuff like that. There is always
even be someone's virtual assistant.
Right? Literally, there are so many niches that you can do. It's actually crazy. And all the faceless stuff is wild. Like, people are making 50 to 100K a month on faceless stuff. I'm like, if they can do it, go and buy a YouTube course. I'm not even trying to like plug anything because I don't know anyone that closes for a YouTube course, but go and buy one. Yeah. Learn from the experts. Like, that's another thing, right? I think you should always learn from someone so that they can expedite your growth. Because if you were trying to do, for example, in our niche sales, you could learn from various different people, but you need a clear strategy and you need the connections and the network. You won't have that from doing it on your own. Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, 100%.
So like, pick a niche, figure out your skills, figure out what you want to do, get the right training, and then show up for yourself and be consistent. Because you need to be in a point where you're ready to be consistent. Because if you keep starting stuff, you will waste money, you will waste time and energy, and you will be, you know, a lot older than you want to be. Like, I wish I started this stuff a lot younger, but I had fun, so it doesn't matter.
Best time to plan a tree was yesterday. Second best time is
Today. Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
We're not telling you that you have. Okay, this is. I just want to clear this up right now because a lot of people get really overwhelmed with this.
Yeah.
How to make money online as a girly. Right. I'm not saying that you need to go out and make 100K per month. Most people will never do that. I'm going to just be really clear. Okay, because there are a lot of wounds that end up coming up with this kind of thing, self-development, right? But all I'm saying is learn how to make some money remotely.
Yeah. That's
all you have to do. If you make $4,000 a month, all you have to do is figure out how to make $4,000 a month remotely.
Exactly.
I'm not saying 40,000. Yeah, that's it.
Start small.
That's just start with replacing. Don't worry about anything else, and then upskill as you go along. The aim of the game is to at least get yourself out of the office.
Exactly.
Right?
Right. It's just taking that step towards freedom.
Yeah. We'll leave it there.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.